today I have a big announcement for my family. Kathy's aware of this announcement, but the rest of my family is not, and so we'll see if they're all in. So I have an announcement. I'm not pregnant.
Oh, God.
Okay. I know everybody like when I say announcement, they be like, okay. But probably right before the pandemic happened, God laid it on my heart to write a book. Yes. Yes. And so I didn't do it initially. I kind of fought against it, and I didn't kind of know like what to say that I want. You know, I'm a believer in transparency, but how transparent do you really want to be,
Right.
you know, and putting it all out there. And I got confirmation about a year ago that I needed to do this book and how it would help not only women, but women and men. And also help me. And so I have been writing the book over the last year. Kathy is aware because I kind of like my quiet time. So y'all already know there's days where I'm like, I can't keep a secret, can I? But I wanted to because I just kind of needed to hear my own voice, you know, through the process. And it was, you know, it's a first for me. It's something that I've never done before, but it is about my life. Like everything from childhood until today, actually, which definitely.
Did you tell her you used to swim every day and you look
Mama.
Okay.
I was about to say, stay sport.
Please.
But
But it definitely involves you guys, and hopefully that's. But let me be clear. I tell my story. I don't tell your story. Okay. So do I tell my story?
You tell them I was hanging out the window. Okay.
No, I didn't do all of that. Lord have mercy. But I mean, I told like, you know, just like I have a chapter about sisterhood, and so I told about our relationship and how all of us, you know, came about. But then I went into another chapter that I talked about my relationship with Shay. And I was very specific about that, and I was very specific about her passing. That was a difficult one for me, but it was it was therapeutic for me actually, because you know we've never really talked about that as a family out loud, and so I tell that story. But there's a lot. I talk about my previous relationships, marriage, all of that good stuff, you know. So. But wanted y'all to be aware, and the announcement will be made, you know, soon. Working on all the PR and everything for that. But just wanted to know if y'all have any questions. Before it releases to the world, each of you will have the opportunity to read it, you know, because I want your feedback.
good.
You know.
I would definitely love to read it. Are we fictional characters?
No, you're not fictional. I don't say your last names.
You just say our first name.
I say your first name.
I mean, I don't care. Tell it all.
Yeah, but I do say, but I just wanted y'all's permission to publicly say your names. I mean, but if people know me, they know you. And then even as I promote it, you know, they're going to know my sisters and everything. And I plan on having you guys with me with different things, but.
Well, we're already in the book, so I like it. Hey, that's another
It's more
one
or less
of
just
the
letting you
I'm
know.
telling you.
She was just letting you
I
know.
can change your name if you want to, you know.
It's been such a pleasure watching Earica write her book. She has been going through so many emotions with that book, and it has really helped her. It has helped me in just reading the draft, and I think it's going to help so many people. And it's going to show about love and compassion and family and sisterhood. So I'm just so excited about the book, and I think you will be too.
I mean, we hit number one soul and my name in the book. I'm good.
Listen, I am too excited because my name is in the book. And I don't care that she used my name, because when that becomes the number one bookseller, my name is going to be in that book. So I am excited for her, and I cannot wait to read it because I know it's going to be juicy.
What'd you say, Mama? What'd you say?
I said, you're one busy woman.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just surprised that she kept it because she always talking about us moving in silence. Oh, I thought that was so exciting, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Normally, Earica gets on us about moving in silence. I cannot believe that she moved in silence, but when she explained why, I hope that she can understand why we make some of the decisions that we do about moving in silence. That it's a process to some things, and some things have to be kept on silence until it's time for it to be revealed. But I was surprised at that, but I am so happy for her. I believe that she is walking in what God has called her to do, and I believe that a lot of women and men are going to be healed by her story. How did that feel for you? Because you live out loud, sweetie.
But because I have to live, the book is going to live out loud.
Okay.
So the silence piece of it was me preparation, praying about, the conversations that I'm having. Of course, making sure that, Brian was comfortable with the things that I'm talking about. And, I've been doing a lot of webinars and those kind of things because I needed to understand how the book process works. And, of course, I don't want to put no book out there. I wanted to be a book that, has great impact. So, like I said, a lot of people, people think they know you, of course, via social media or, even.
I think everybody needs to write a book. I got a book in me.
Honey,
Really? Yeah.
Really? I probably got
I am going to tell a little bit of your story.
You better watch what you tell.
Watch what you
You
say.
say you got a book in you?
I got a book in me, not
I got to tell a little bit of your story, baby.
She said she gonna tell a little bit of your story.
She's telling her
I'm telling my story, but my story incorporates you. Like, you a big part of that story.
Well, I want to read it before you read it.
She wants to read to make sure.
Right.
I'm going to let you read it.
Done that.
I'm going to let you read it, but I need you to understand, like, you, of course, my father, y'all's relationship, and things that have happened over the years. And I'm
sure it's very tasteful, and it's gonna help somebody. It's gonna help
really
somebody.
juicy.
And it's probably healing.
It was, when I tell you for
Now she a
me,
therapist.
That's why people tell people to
let
write
me tell you
their
something.
story.
they tell people you to write journals. I mean, when I
Yes.
tell you for me, it's been therapeutic, especially, with all the trauma and everything and the miscarriages, like, just going in and closing that door and just getting it all. And I'd be bawling while I'm typing.
Because I don't even ask you about the miscarriage because it bothers me.
Yes,
And
it
I know
does.
it'll bother you if I talk about it. So that's one part of my life. I don't even talk about it.
She done.
Yeah.
She done.
So I can just imagine
But I think that's probably where I got it from. Because I realized as I was writing the book how I don't deal with loss and grief well, and so I'm like, what's the movie? Something gotta give, and she's typing and she's like, that's exactly how I was out there right now. She'd be doing like this and she'd be like, and I'd be like, God, I'm an emotional wreck. So yeah.
I was thinking about loss this morning, and I was thinking about how God took care of us through COVID. And then I thought about my oldest sister losing her daughter, and I was thinking about how she's still going through,
Grief.
Oh yeah.
And that grief.
Right.
Losing. And so I thought about you.
Not only in death, grief, but grief from relationships.
Yeah.
And how you have to heal emotionally
That's true.
through that trauma. Because honestly, those relationships, that trauma sometimes can last for years.
Yeah.
And so I talk about that. And like I said, people look at my relationship now, but they don't realize the trauma,
Right.
So with the grief of death, I think it's expected, but I think a lot of people, when they're grieving in relationships, they feel like people are judging them, because people feel like you should grieve and you should be upset because of the loss. But even in a relationship, even when the relationship isn't a healthy relationship, and when people know it's not healthy, you still have this expectation of people are going to think I'm stupid, he was this, he was that, and I'm still crying over him or her,
Right.
and people just are always making the assumptions of that, So, but I talk about all of that. And in addition to the book, I'm including basically like a self-help workbook.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's good.
because several chapters, I want people to kind of evaluate themselves through my experiences. And, you know, not, I think it's just to be a therapeutic piece to it, you know, like I said, it kind of helped me. And so, I'm excited, I'm ready for it, but I wanted y'all to know. I'm not going to tell y'all the name.
Well, dog.
You'll find out when it's revealed, but I'm going through the whole PR piece of it, and I've hired a team to help me out or whatever. But of course, when I travel, you know, when you guys can come, I would love for you to be there, and because I want to do it, the release is going to be more small groups and conversations, and like I said, I just really wanted to help people, you know, and I wanted to help people worldwide, you know, because a lot of the things that I talk about are worldwide. And Mom, I do share, hopefully you're okay with this, I do share about you losing Lopez. And I know we don't talk about that as a family, but I needed that because I've never, you know, because of how you are about grief yourself, you know, and I had questions and, you know, thoughts.
Well, that's
and
because I had gotten over it.
Okay.
You know, I had gotten over the worst part of it.
Okay.
So that's why. I mean, God heals your heart.
Right.
Once the heart is healed, you don't, you know, talk about it the way you
Used to.
When you're going through.
Right.
I mean,
It becomes everything.
Right.
Right.
But in death, anything, you can be healed.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's the thing about it.
Right.
If you don't be healed, you can go crazy.
Right.
You know?
And if you are healed from it, but you keep, you know, revisiting and dwelling back in, it's like that grief can show up just like that thing happened yesterday. And that's how I used to feel about, you know, when Shirley died. It would hit me March 1st. Every year, grief would hit me. But I say, Lord, I don't want to keep experiencing this every year. And he said, rechange your thoughts. Think on the things that were good about her and let those memories set with you, because that's something that death cannot take away from you.
Right.
So,
That's true.
Well, because you had reached out to me this past year about Shay, I guess because I start posting a lot around either her birthday or her so it's
going through.
right. It's just like but then I was like, okay, one of the things that she loved, you know, is Florida State. So I got to figure out how to some kind of way once a year. Lord help me with the football team, but you know what I'm saying, like some kind of way to celebrate, do something that she loved to do and enjoy that moment, you know. I might even reach out to like their alumni and see if there's something, you know, special that can be done to honor her in her memory, because of how she loved it. And
I was going through that night, but I called, God had me call Earica, because like the spirit of grief was just like heavily on me, but he put her in my heart to let her know that she needs to be set free, because at the end of the day, she could have lost a lot of things. She was a good sister and she did the best that she could, and she was beating herself up, and she got to get past that because she did all that she could do. And so I just wanted her to know that, you know.
You know, and it's even telling that story, you know, it was like people have a lot of opinions based off of social media or just the last couple years that they got to know her. But going deep and talking about it from the very beginning and opening up about that, I'm like, you know what? This was going to help somebody else's family.
Right.
You know, like, I can no longer just be like, well, I don't care what they think. Like, somebody else's family is going through this process and they need to seek counseling. You know, they need to talk. They need to communicate better. They need to understand why the other person feels the way they feel. And so I just talked through that. And like I said, I pray it's a blessing to people, you know, and the transparency. So, but yeah, I'm calling y'all name. Like I said, I think it's a great read. And if it doesn't do anything else, I just want it to be a help to others.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah, it will be.
That's why you allow them to be greater.
Sometimes we don't know why we're going through things. And as I was writing it, I was like, the reason I went through these things is so now that I can help other people.
Yes.
You know, because everything that I went through, I came out of.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
Everything I went through in this book, I'm like literally God just turned it all around.
Yeah, our testimonies are not just for ourselves. They come, and it may be years later that
Exactly.
testimony heals somebody. So,
Testimony is somebody's current test.
yeah.
Come on, preacher
You
April.
preaching.
I mean, she done went from therapist, now she a pastor.
You preaching.
She be at
April.
church on Sundays. She had on a hat last week. I think.
What?
Changing my mind.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Y'all so crazy. I'm ready to eat.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so freaking excited. Like, this is a huge deal for me. I have been asked by so many people, you know, about doing this and talking about my story and helping people. And, you know, people always say I'm their life coach. And I'm like, I am so not a life coach. But this book is going to definitely impact a lot of people. I know that God set me up for this, some things that have happened throughout my life that I haven't shared with people, you know, or they just know just a little bit. And I go deep, you know, and I talk about that. And like I said, I've attached a workbook to it because I want people to kind of think about themselves, see their journey throughout this entire process. And so I'm excited. You know, I hope the world is just as happy and glad that I was transparent, you know, through my process.
She was like, and she said, Mama, she was under the table.
I was in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
She said, man, shooting, get
Mama, Mama.
And me and Mama jumped in the car.
Yes, he
and
was
drove.
in there shooting.
Took
I
her
can
job.
just hear him loading,
Just
his
killing everybody.
gun.
He went back to the office. She was
So
supposed to
you
be in.
went you grabbed your 14-year-old child.
Yeah, and
said,
went
"We
to-
going to the
We
shoot."
went to the shooting line.
They
I
went
was
to the
12.
shoot.
Yes, sir.
But you can kind of get in
Because
there.
we thought her ex-husband had gotten out of jail or something and came to get her.
Yeah.
And
So
then,
we all knew he was crazy.
but
So we
he,
was like, okay.
this guy was killing everybody in the back office where she was supposed to be.
Well, it was considered one of the first workplace mass shootings in U.S. history. 12 people died, including the shooter, when he opened fire inside of a General Motors payment center back in June of 1990. He then turned the gun on himself.
But her dad, I called her dad. Your dad met me out there, met us out there. He got there by the time we got there, and because he was downtown working.
And when we got to Kathy, she was
laid out on the floor.
They had threw water on her. I could see it now as a little girl. Like, I remember all of it. She was just laying there shaking and water was all over her. We were like, what's wrong? She was like, they had to throw water on me. So I guess she had a panic attack or whatever.
I mean, he killed how many that day?
9.
He killed 9.
Everybody in her department.
I had managed to get myself in a little small trash can. I said, if I get in here, I think I would, the bullets or something, I say maybe they wouldn't hit me. But let me tell you what happened. I started singing.
Oh God, y'all. That's not my day. I'm telling you, y'all can go to bed.
I just started singing. It's just another day. The Lord has kept me, and I can hear gunshots and people saying, "Don't shoot me no more. Please don't shoot me no more." And you hear the gunshots, and I just was saying, "It's just another day. The Lord has kept me," and I was just so calm until somebody came and like grabbed me like out of the trash can, and we start running out the office, and we ran. I was jumping over people's body, and the blood was coming out their head so fast. You know, when your blood inside is purple, so it was coming out. So I remember running over this girl that lived in Keystone Heights. She had got shot in the head. And I said, oh my God, I thought blood was red, but it was coming out so fast till it was like purple. You know, it had turned red again. Yeah.
And my nephew, my sister that had took her from her husband.
Rico that died, he was working.
He died. The one having sickle cell.
The same day?
No.
Somebody kicked him.
He worked at AT&T
He worked across
in
the
the air.
street.
So he had ran to the
ran over
office
there.
where I was, and he just started praying for me because it was just like before Mama never even got there.
And when we got there,
But
your
it was
dad
like-
had prayed for us, so many people that day. I mean,
But the helicopters like hanging down. I mean, they like almost on top of cars. Blood just. I mean, to be at a scene, you know, that close, and you see the helicopters and they swinging like this with people bodies and blood just falling all on people's cars. You know, as they go up to take them to different hospitals and stuff. It was just
that was something. I never get drunk.
And that was months after that shooting.
Yeah.
And then literally, I think maybe the next weekend is when my Eugene J. Butler pageant was, and you was my person in the back with me for my pageant.
And my daddy had died. I had
You
just
buried
buried
your daddy.
I had buried my
Boom,
daddy,
boom.
and I think that night was her pageant
My
or
pageant.
something, and we went
My
to her
seventh
pageant.
pageant.
So we just
We been through some treasure.
yeah,
You know,
Because we don't talk about it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
We don't talk
saying.
about
So
that.
this, I'm learning from this too, you know, and it's good that you're having this talk so people that are going through this,
Right.
you know, will know. Because I mean, if you got a sister or brother, most likely you love them, regardless,
Yeah.
regardless of what they're going through,
I don't
and you
care.
don't want nobody to bother them, regardless. Like she didn't want nobody to bother you, regardless, you know. So that just teaches us.
Right.
Love your sisters and brothers.
Right.
And tell them you love them, you know, and talk about these things. And even talk about the parents, to the parents if you know, you see something that needs to be done. Because I mean, that is really, I'm like, that's good. I enjoyed it.
I think it's gonna help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hello everyone. Yes, I am super excited to share with you guys that I am now an author. I have written my first book. It is a memoir of my life. It is called Broken Pieces Created by Purpose. I also have a journal connected to the book called Self-Guided Journal to Healing Your Broken Pieces. Listen, I'm going to share my life with you guys. I am going to be so transparent. I'm a little nervous about this. I've never done anything like this before, but I have, just like many of you, over the last couple years, I experienced some major changes in my life. And I look back at my entire life, and some of those questions was, God, why? Why am I on this journey? What happened? What am I supposed to do with all of these different traumatic experiences? And now I finally understand what my purpose is. It's to help you. That's what we're going to do with this book. It is going to change the world. The official book will be out January 6th of 2023, but guess what? You can pre-order today. Get your signed pre-order copy. Go to my website that's blinking below, www.earicacole.com. We are going to sign 500 pre-orders, so get them now. You want to make sure that you get that in. Again, I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to talk about my life story, how I was born with sickle cell anemia, how I was raised in a blended family, and how there were some traumatic experiences that happened to us at a young age that changed our life forever. I have a sister that passed away in 2020, and she died tragically. I'm finally going to open up about our history, how she passed away, what it did to me emotionally, how it broke me in so many ways, and I'm finally now mending myself back together through our experiences, and I want to help other families make sure that they don't have the experiences that we had. I'm going to talk about, again, things that I've experienced through high school and through elementary school, whether it be racism and education experiences. I'm going to talk about getting married at a young age, and I'm going to be very honest about that relationship. I've never told that story. It's time for me to open up to you guys. And so you're going to hear the journey of that relationship, and then how it brought me to the Atlanta area where I met my current husband, and I became a stepmom. That transition was very difficult for me. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to help other bonus parents to let you know what your role should be and what we need to be in those children's life. Just the things that I've experienced over the last few years and in corporate America, whether it be bankruptcy, racism, so many things that is going to change your life the way it changed mine. Listen, we're going to change the world together. We're going to have a book tour in 2023. Make sure you connect with us on the website so we can get that information out to you. We're then going to have explosive purpose parties all throughout the world. You do not want to miss our purpose parties. Again, go to my website, get that book today, share this video, invite a family member and a friend. I can't wait to connect to you so that we can find out what your purpose is. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I'm gonna tell you my hairstyle. What did I say before? I'm gonna tell you all about it in what's the name of my book?
Broken purpose made broken pieces made my purpose.
My broken pieces created my purpose. Created my purpose. Hold that up on a piece of paper. I got all the tea for you. Check out my book.
It's right here.
Child, I'm gonna spill all the tea in the broken pieces. Child, I'm gonna spill all the tea in Broken Pieces Created My Purpose. Go check it out.